Hi students, and welcome to week 10 of ESL 2B. The title of this week's content is The Times Are Changing. In this video, we will make predictions about the future, and we will discuss both present and future possibility. Okay, let's get started. As always, I will start by reading some examples. I would like you all to pay attention to the highlighted words and try to think about what sort of information are these words giving us. Ready? The new music festival will take place during the summer. There will be about 50 acts performing over 3 days. The festival will also have over 30 local restaurants serving their best-selling dishes. Although the schedule won't be announced until later this year, tickets may be available for purchase as early as next month. The organizers are still confirming how many tickets they will sell since they may use more than one location to host the event. I wasn't planning on buying my ticket until just before the event, but since I've heard that it might get sold out, I decided that I'll just purchase a ticket as soon as possible. I know it'll be a great time, so I don't want to miss out. Okay, so what's going on here? Let's look at some more examples that we saw. The new music festival will take place during the summer. What sort of information is will giving us here? Is this event in the past, present, or future? And how likely is it to happen or not? Think about it. Let's look at another example. I know it'll be a great time, so I don't want to miss out. So remember, "ill" is short for "it will." So we have the same thing going on here. What is will telling us here? Yes, we're talking about a future event. And we're talking about an event that is likely to happen, but we are still making a prediction because it hasn't happened yet. Okay, let's look at some more. Although the schedule won't be announced until later this year, tickets may be available for purchase as early as next month. So we have won't, and remember, this is the negative of will not. Although the schedule will not be announced until later this year, tickets may be available for purchase as early as next month. What's going on here? Yeah, well, will is giving us the same information. We're making a prediction about a future event, but this time we're saying that we do not think the schedule will be announced until later this year. But we are still making a prediction. What about may? Yes, may, we are still talking about a future event, but with may, now we're talking about possibility. How possible is it that tickets will be available for purchase as early as next month? We'll think about that more and look at some more examples. I wasn't planning on buying my ticket until later this year, but since I've heard that it might get sold out, here we have a different word, might. It's similar to may. We're talking about possibility. How possible is it that this event will happen or not? Still in the future. Versus I decided that I'll just purchase a ticket as soon as possible. So here again, we have a short version of I will, I'll. What's the difference between might and will? Yeah, it's similar to may and will. we are again here talking about how possible is it that this future event will happen. Okay, now let's see something. We have will and will not as the form. And we have all these subjects here. We have I, you, he, she, it, we, or they. And it does not change with will or will not. We can use all these subject pronouns for will or will not. And we use will for making predictions, like we figured out just now. For example, I think cars will be flying by the time I'm too old to drive. So in this example, we're making a prediction about a future event. We can also use will to express that we are certain about something in the future. So will shows a little bit more certainty from us. So even though the event has not occurred yet, we are pretty sure that it is going to happen in the future. And we can also use will to make promises and offers. For example, I will be there to pick you up at 7 p.m. It's not 7 p.m. yet though, but I'm promising that I will be there to pick you up at 7 p.m. And here's a culture tip. We use be going to talk about future plans. So we will say, I'm going to Canada for vacation this summer, rather than I will go to Canada for vacation this summer. But this is just a culture tip. Okay, what else? How do we ask questions? Who will you go with? What will she do there? When will they leave? Or will you be long? Will he stay late? Will we have to drive? Yes, so we can use who, what, when, where, why, or how, followed by will or will not to ask questions, followed by the subject pronoun. Or we can use will followed by the subject pronoun as well to ask questions. And why is often used with negative questions. For example, why won't she be here tomorrow? Okay, what else? Now we have may not, might, and might not. So we have the subject pronouns here, followed by may or may not, might or might not. And for these, we don't have a short version. And we use may and might for present and future possibility, like we mentioned before. For example, if he didn't answer, he may or might be on another call. And the main difference between may and might is that might is the past of may. And here's another culture tip. May is also used to ask for permission. We use this to be polite. For example, may I ask you to dinner tomorrow? May I use this pen, please? It's a little bit more formal and polite than can. And we have to remember that maybe and may be as two separate words are not the same. We use maybe as one word in conversation and more informal writing. So now it's your turn. Try it at work. On Padlet, make a prediction about some of the effects that new technologies can have on the construction industry. And remember, we're talking about the future. What are some new technologies that we will, may, or might see on the job site? For example, I think more tools will be digitized. We will definitely be using electronic devices more often, and we may be using electric vehicles on the job site. So now it's your turn. Go to Padlet and try to write a couple sentences about making a prediction on the future of technology in the construction industry. So for some more practice this week, remember to comment on Padlet and practice with your vocabulary flashcards and class audios on Teachable. We'll see y'all this week. Until then.